Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. If you guys can hear me, please let me know in chat. Again, I am doing this on a completely different computer than normal. This is my Mac, which is my editing machine, and so this is going to be really unique to see if this works because when I edit my wedding videos, I obviously do it on my Mac here, and I think it's going to be a pretty cool setup. I'm just hoping that I've set the audio up correctly. It's going to be kind of a low-key, chill stream where I answer questions about all of the different things that you guys may have questions about, whether it be business, YouTube, podcasting, video editing, whatever it may be. When your mic is so good when quiet that you nearly sound like the mic isn't working, Beanie, hey. You don't know how much that means to me. Being an audio person, that means a lot to me, especially on a new setup. But the real test is coming when I try a little bit of music here, and we're gonna see if the music comes through. I don't want it to come through so loud that you can't hear me because I'm gonna be talking over it as I edit, and you're gonna get tired of the same song over and over and over again. And so as you can see right here above us, or above me to the, I guess, yeah, this way, above me here. This is going to be editing a wedding film that I did recently for a fantastic couple, and I'm just going to be kind of doing it in the background and then kind of seeing kind of what you guys think. It did really well for me about a week ago when I did it early in the morning, so I'm trying it later in the afternoon. And so the editor that you see here, Hotshot, is going to be Final Cut Pro 10. I'm running on my Mac here, so that's where it goes. Zana Chan's World, how long did it take for you to learn everything about live streaming? I am still learning. I think I probably know very little compared to what I really can learn. There's so much more that I can learn. Like right now, I'm using OBS, but I prefer Slobs or Streamlabs OBS. And so with that being said, this is a little more unique for me. You get a little more flexibility when you use OBS. And so with that being said, I am getting a little more flexibility, but I really want to find out if you guys can hear the audio. If this works, I'm going to be really impressed with myself. It very well may not work. I'm going to see kind of what happens. So let me know if you guys can hear the audio on this here. Can you guys hear the audio? The music? Can you hear the music right there in the background? Please say yes. Please say yes. Christina, what's going on? No. Can you guys hear the audio? Please tell me that you can. Sounds good? Okay. Is it too loud? Is it like overbearing? Is it like, I don't want it to be overbearing. It may be, because you guys are going to have to hear it over and over again, right? Because the songs are going to have to go over and over. That's awesome. It is raining outside. Holy cow. I'm glad I took my dog out. She's in here with me, by the way. Her name is Dolly. So, all right, Mike, what's going on? Billy, Crypto. Amazing. Oh, 30-second delay. Yeah, I figured there was a little delay. Let's see here. I'm a YouTuber myself. Like the best edit you suggest. Awesome. Harley, what's going on? Yeah, I may have to tweak it just a little bit to see what happens. I figured there would be, yeah, you can't hear the rain. That's good, Harley. I'm glad. But I figured there'd be like 8 or 9 people here. There's like 20 some odd people in the chat. I know there's not going to be that many hang around, but literally, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be editing this video. I'm going to do this hopefully on a frequent basis. I don't want to promise anything because last time I said I was going to stream every week. Life got in the way. And so I'm just going to be real with you guys. It's one of those things to where I want to do and I want to continue doing. What's going on? Amin, how are you? We got Harley in chat. We got Beanie, as well as Christina, your real estate whisperer. Hotshot, I love you too. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really want to find someone who has become a member of my channel. I want to see that they have like a special green title that comes up when you're a member. I think it's like $5 a month. I'm working on that. Like I'm going to figure out what I want to do if I have these things where I stream consistently. I'm already have a designer that's actually designing my emotes, and so that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Billy says, what editor do you use for podcast editing? So for podcast editing, Billy, what I use is a piece of software called Adobe Audition, and so I actually think I have it pulled up here. Man, my webcam cable is getting all up in the way here. Excuse me, guys. Maybe I can pull it up for you here. Let's see. No, I'm gonna need to. It's down Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's opening up now. Because I'm on my widescreen monitor, when I open up apps like this, like Adobe Audition, let's open a recent, let's see here. Like, here's the most recent episode of the YouTube Creators Hub. I know you guys can see this. It's a little bit kind of mixed down. But as you can see here, I use Adobe Audition. This is kind of what I use to go through, have all of my different channels here, and I can go through and move the different audio. So Adobe Audition for me is kind of the sweet spot when it comes for editing audio. So I'm going to bounce back on over to this here. Do you have a good editor? I mean, I edit myself, so I'm not sure. Asima, if you can't hear me, you may want to restart or refresh your browser. It seems to me that everyone can hear me okay, which is good. But yeah, so Adobe Audition is kind of the one that I use. Christina, she asked, you had recently had a Final Cut Pro problem, and Apple support fixed it remotely pretty quickly. Yeah, absolutely. I've had a couple of problems, and I've had to have them kind of help me as well. Let's see here. Yeah, the music's not playing right now. I'm not playing any music. The only time you're going to hear music is when I go through and I edit. I'm kind of getting set up here, kind of letting people know what I'm going to do. Let's see here. I can hear you crisp, but can't hear. Oh, yeah, you already said that. Crypto Cruising says, have 2 channels on your mixer, one for audio and one for display sounds, Dusty. Are you asking me that? If you are asking me that, yes. So through a Mac, what I'm doing is I'm using a piece of software called Soundflower. And Soundflower allows me to go through and pipe the audio in from my desktop into OBS so you guys can hear it. That's how it's supposed to work. Does it work that way all the time? No, obviously it doesn't. Heather the Reseller, what's going on? Andy Swartz, I listen to your podcast when I run, but now it's too cold. Man, get on the treadmill, right? I recently purchased, I don't know if you guys ever heard of or seen the Peloton bikes. I recently got one. I don't ride it as consistently as I want to, but that's kind of what I want to do. I still need to cut in middle like the kid's shown 1,000 times how to sit in chair. Can you tell me your video editor? Yes, I'm using Final Cut Pro 10 is what I'm using now. Dusty, Alex Codes, Dusty, is there a way to record games in OBS without lag? You're really going to have to play around with your settings within OBS, honestly. And it depends on your internet speed, and so you are going to have to kind of go deep into OBS. But there is a way to do it without lag. There's a couple of factors there. There is your internet speed. Sorry, there I hit my microphone. There is your delay between kind of, but again, that's all in relation to your internet, so yes. But there is a way to do it without lag. I've streamed some games on Twitch, and I'm working on a Twitch podcast right now, actually, and I've been talking to a lot of Twitch streamers. So YouTube does have some streaming problems. I was having issues yesterday. Yeah, YouTube doesn't have the best system, right? Like it just does not have the best system. So, all right, so I'm going to let you guys kind of see what I have so far, so you kind of see what I'm working with. So right up here, you're going to be able to see. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger for you guys. Make it a little bigger here, even though I'll actually resize this when I start editing. Yep, total radio voice. Thank you. Maybe you're not talking about me, but if you are, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so let's go here and see kind of what we have here. I'll kind of talk you through a wonderful couple that I was amazing.
I prayed that one day you would find someone to love you as unconditionally as I have, and I see that quality in Allie.
So that was a letter from his mom. Put in the nice title there. Someone do a little color correcting later. I haven't color corrected or adjusted the brightness. Some of these, the ISO was a little high. It was a very overcast day. Inside the building where he was getting ready, it was very dark. It was kind of yellow. So I will need to kind of adjust that. No. Don't you cry. I thought that was a good shot there. Here comes the drone shot. This is a really cool one here.
You walked into my life. I was a broken man. I knew the moment I met you, my life was about to change. Even though I had nothing, you you somehow saw everything in me. I can't imagine where I would be without you. From day one, I knew you were going to be my best friend.
Just allergies.
All the troubles we have endured, I can't imagine any problem that our love for one another cannot outcome. I look forward to so many years to come with my best friend. Love, Miles.
What's going on, Half Blind? How are you? This was a cool shot here with their dad and their brother.
Dear Miles, you are the most hardworking, loyal, and thoughtful man I could ask for. You make me feel safe, loved, and wanted every day. You always know how to make me laugh when I need it most. Laughing with you is always the best part of my day.
This was cool
We've
here.
already conquered so much together. I still have to pinch myself when I think about.
So that's kind of where I'm at now. Andy, I'm choking. Don't you choke up. Don't you cry. Maybe that means that I've done something well. So kind of where I'm at now is I'll kind of walk you through. Again, the creative process of a wedding film is very different than a YouTube video. Well, it's really not, but like moisturizer. That's pretty funny there. That's pretty funny. I've been on a stream. I guess you're talking about Gord, not sure. Beanie, you've never watched a wedding film before? That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's one of the things that I enjoy doing the most. Getting on, being able to tell a story. Harley said, you said your ISO was high. What was it? Honestly, when I'm going to, maybe I'm a sociopath. No, some people cry at videos and movies and, I mean, I'm an emotional person. So, yeah. Oh, man, that's hilarious. And so when you're doing a wedding video, it's about telling a story, and you've got to know the couple, right? You've got to know their history. You've got to know what their journey is to get to the point to where they are now. And so with all of that being said, like my goal and my job as the creator, the filmmaker, is to go out and to tell a story. Now, I will preface this by saying I am not saying I am the best wedding videographer. I'm not saying I'm the best wedding editor, because I'm not. I actually interviewed a guy who does it full time, or he used to do it full time, and he was phenomenal, so much on a different level than me. But for me, I get to practice. The bride and groom gets, as I get better, I can increase my price. And so really what we're doing here is we're really just trying to tell the story.
You are my best friend, my soulmate.
You can see the bugs, like right here, like on the preacher. Like if you look right, like right here, you can see the bugs. That's crazy. I cry when I watch my wedding video because I'm like, why did I do it? Why? Don't say that. Oh man. Run away? No, I don't know about that. Yeah, it's when you do wedding films, it's completely different. But it's funny that you can see those bugs there. So I kind of got a space here that I want to fill here as he continues.
You are my best friend, my soulmate, and the love of my life. I'm so excited to continue to build our life.
So I'm actually going to be using a country song here, a song that they requested, but they wanted some 90s country, and so I've got some George Strait that I'm actually going to be using and kind of incorporating here in the video. Because I have to make this so weird, I wonder what happened if I did if I made this bigger. I know it's not going to. Well, actually, you know what? Well, no, you guys, no. I want to get it to where you guys can see everything. It's just going to be a lot harder than it normally is. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything about the editing process or about YouTube or about podcasting or anything that I cover or take care of, please let me know. If you are asking for a shout out, then that's really, I mean, that's not kind of what I'm going to do on this stream. Maybe when I do other streams and things like that, I may do that. But as of right now, this stream is going to be solely just me hanging out with you guys, answering some questions, chatting, about YouTube and the different things that I cover. And so I am going to be editing this video though, because I do need to get it done sometime soon. But I just get the benefit of being able to hang out with you guys, which is really, really cool. And so I want to go back up here, and I probably will actually change this here. I do want to see that better. Okay, sorry. Hey, listen, man, no reason to apologize. There's no reason to apologize there. And there may be moments when I'm quiet and I'm not speaking, and you guys will need to kind of, you guys can kind of ask the questions and talk to each other and chat there, because as I edit a wedding video, there are times when my head is, I'm thinking about what I want to implement into the film. And so, I've had a bunch of ideas to get here, but we'll see. I use this program. I'm interested to see you color grade. Yeah, I've actually simplified the process using an application. I'll show you about that here shortly. Thank you for the subscription there, Cherry. Thank you so much. Can you batch color grade? There are ways to do it, but because of the different ISOs, like this shot here of like the kids walking down, like the ring bearer and the flower girls, the color on that is actually really nice. I like that natural color. And then like this color's good, but then if you go to say like this shot here, I'm gonna need to brighten it up a little bit. And so I don't want to batch because I don't want it to, I don't want it to affect certain clips, oversaturate certain things, undersaturate. So that's why I don't. That's why I've decided not to. All right, so Mobilecast Gaming, I didn't know this about you. Well, you know now. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. All right, so the story here up to this point is we're building up with him talking here, and this is leading up to her getting revealed and walking down the aisle, and so this is kind of what I want to.
Is always the best part of my day. We have already conquered so much together. I still have.
Such a cool couple, such a really unique, wedding. I'm not even sure if I want to end that, that audio there, but I think I do. You should add effects for the LOL. No.
I love you with all of my heart, babe. Love you.
No, see, I do want to end it there. I do want to end it there. Yeah, unfortunately, when people hire you to do things like this, it's emotions at a fever pitch. Andy, talk to me now. At a fever pitch, huh? I mean, there's some shots here of like mom and dad. Yeah, the majority of the weddings that I do are outdoor, believe it or not. Rod Production, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the subscription. Let's see here. This was a cool shot. During the ceremony. Here's a good shot of them, but I think I would want to include that. So I think I'd want to include that here, right? Like here's a shot of the grandparents, which obviously I'm not going to use all of that, but so what I always do is I detach the audio. So the audio from the camera, I always detach the audio, and here's why. You can always go back and you can go here and you can adjust this. So I can go up and down with the audio. There isn't any audio on this clip, but if there was from this video, I can always go here and remove it, which is what I do most of the time, or I go and adjust it separately from the video here in case I need to do something. But obviously I removed it there. Then what I do is I go and the effect that you see here, like you see how it's kind of a cinematic effect here. You got the two black bars, the bottom and the top and the bottom. The way I add that effect is there's a much more intricate way of doing it, but I add an effect that's called letterboxing, and letterbox just adds that kind of cinematic effect. So you just kind of drag the letterbox over to the clip that you're doing. Unfortunately, you have to do that in every one, but it's one of those things to where it's beneficial. It makes it look better. And the letterbox that I use, the aspect ratio is 2.35 to 1. And so that's kind of how you can see how it gives that cinematic effect. And then if I want to, I can go here and adjust kind of where I want to frame them. So we go back now and look.
With you is always the best part of my day. We have already conquered.
And see, DDN Gamer, thanks for the subscription. Thanks for hanging out. It's one of those things to where. Do you plan on having the entire thing letterboxed? Yeah, I do. Whenever I do a wedding film, I export it to where I letterbox everything, and then I also have a version where I don't letterbox anything. That's for YouTube and things like that. But I do letterbox the entire thing, yes.
The best part of my day. We have already conquered so much together. I still have to pinch myself when I think about.
So you see, that's kind of where the camera.
So much together.
And then he's a little taller, so we got to kind of go up just a tad there, like that there. just to get him up, just kind of get him in frame there.
Is always the best part of my day. We have already conquered so much together.
See, even now that I've put that clip in there, I'm not satisfied with it. I don't think that's great. This is weird that in Final Cut Pro makes you do each clip that way. Yeah, letterbox layering, you could do it that way. Letterbox layering is probably, probably a better way. Here's the cross that they actually got married at. I may actually like that clip better. So as you see the process here, the process is going through, putting a clip in here, and I see if I like it or not. Obviously, detach the audio there. The beginning of the clip there is kind of see once I letterbox. Otherwise, I'd say it's better to export as 235 rather than 16:9. Yeah, you want to export at for sure. That's for sure. JT Gaming with a subscription. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. But yeah, you probably could export it. There's probably a better way, but it's like anything though. Like once you get used to doing something a certain way, it's hard to change. We get set in our ways.
Is always the best part of my day. We have already conquered so much together.
So I think I like that little kind of shot of the cross there, and then this kind of gives me a lead in.
Already conquered so much together. I still have to pinch myself when I think about getting married to you. You are my best friend, my soulmate, and the love of my life. I'm so excited to continue to build our lives together. I love you with all of my heart, baby.
Okay, so we've gotten to this point, and I kind of like that. The one thing I like about Final Cut, look there, like on the left, it shows you where I'm cutting to. See? Like if I drag to the left, it lets me know. So I really want to cut to about right here. Like when he's looking down, he's like, he's thinking about it. He's about to see her walk down the aisle, which is a really cool moment, and obviously a climactic kind of moment of the video. You notice Andrew did his super wide video as actual super wide and not letterbox, though I actually rather the black bars. Yeah, it's funny. I'm kind of have mixed feelings about it. The one I just recently published on my Facebook page, people loved it. It was had the letterboxing, but there's some people who prefer not to have the black bars there, and it bothers them. And so, maybe that's something that I need to look into. All right, so now I need to. All right, so here's the song, right? George Strait. This is the song that. So we're gonna drag the song in. So as that song ends.
I'm so excited to continue to build our lives together. I love you with all of my heart, baby. Love, your bride.
Yeah, see, I don't even know if I'm satisfied with that. That's just a song that they liked. That's the song they liked. I'm not sure I'm satisfied with that, to be honest. And you can always mute stuff by using the V key on your keyboard. So see, now I hit the V, and you see how it's kind of grayed out. It's kind of blacked out there. So now when I play it,
I'm so excited to continue.
It's kind of there. So I think maybe what I do now. Can the bars fade out, or is it always a sharp cut? No, you can fade them out. Like, you can keyframe them to fade out. If you watch Peter McKinnon's videos, when it's funny, he does widescreen, and then when he goes into like something that's very I don't know, like a movie part of his video, he'll add the bars, and they'll fade in. It'll shrink down with the bars, and it'll go back out. That song, OMG. Yeah, man, a lot of people have different taste in music, and you don't, people enjoy different types of music. And so with that being said, I don't judge, man. I'm just here trying to make a good video. But yeah, no, I think it's a good song. I'm not, but I think what I'm going to do is they want to use like the Boot Scootin' Boogie, which is kind of another song that we could use. And so I may actually use that. And what I may do is I may give more of a build up here to this with a different song. The actual, let's see, where's it at? No, not that. Here it is. This is the actual right here, Soundstripe. This is where I go and I actually get a lot of my, this is the one that I really wanted to use here. So if Peter does it with another program, I need to watch how he does it, how he fades in and out. But there is a way of doing it. I'm just not sure how to do it. My face looks really, really white here in the in that. Did you mention what camera you used to film all of this? No, I did not, and I'll go through that in 1 second, Beanie. I've actually got a folder I can show you guys. Let me adjust my thing. Is it good for me to be up at 4 a.m. and not sleep? No, I think you probably need to sleep there. All right, let's adjust the brightness here. Take down the saturation just a tad bit there. Maybe even take down the sharpness. Albert, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll go with that there. All right, so I want to show you guys. Let me get this over here just a little bit. Do 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 do. All right, so we'll deal with that right now. This is creepy. How are you doing, man? Do you ever get it sent back for revisions? I've had one come back for revisions because they wanted an individual in the video that I really didn't know. I got the vibe they didn't want that individual in the film, so I didn't put them in there. But that was the only time. I mean, maybe they add they give me I don't know. There's never been one that they've just been like, oh my goodness, I need to have all these revisions. I have had them say, hey, can you put this dance in, or you didn't do this or that? Do you mind going back and adjusting and changing that? But I've never had that happen. So yeah, right now I'm looking for a kind of a building song. Let's see. Normally I like to go in here and there's some playlists here. And these acoustic ones are really good. That I like to look at these acoustic ones here. No. It's got to be more of a building. Spiritual discoveries, YouTube is pay to play. I don't think so. Do you make a living off YouTube? Not just off of YouTube, no, but it's part of my living, yes. I have to run a show at home, Dusty. I'll watch the replay since I have Final Cut Pro. Hey, Christina, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry. I hope you sell the house, but thanks for stopping by. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think I want more. I don't want the energetic. I want the, yeah. I want the inspiring cinematic. This was one that I liked to listen. I was really enjoying the other day. Yeah, see, this one's fun. Yeah, this one's fun here. I think what I'm gonna do is I always like to go in here and figure out, try them in the actual video and see how they look. Or how they sound. Excuse me. Let's see here. Let's drag this song over. What was the name of the song there? New Day. Okay. All right, so... Yeah, here it is. All right. So you want it started here. You want to fade it in a little bit. Take it down a little bit.
Best friend, my soulmate, and the love of my life. I'm so excited to continue to build our lives together. I love you with all of my heart, baby. Love, your bride.
All right, so... Now that I have that song in there, Will you play a game after? I'm not against doing a game stream here on this channel, but this specific stream is not for that. Unfortunately, I'm just going to sit here, answer questions, hang out. SMUDI, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for hanging out. I really do appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by, too.
To continue to build our lives together. I love you with all of my heart, baby. Love, your bride.
I'm just kind of listening. Yeah, so I kind of want to start it like right there where it does the build-in.
Friend, my soulmate, and the love of my life. I'm so excited to continue to build our lives together.
Maybe let it fade all the way out there.
So excited to continue to build our lives together. I love you with all of my heart, baby. Love, your bride.
Or maybe you let it kind of, maybe you let him.
So excited to continue to build our lives together. I love you with.
Not sure.
So
Let's see what we got going on here. Who is your boss? I am currently right now being a person who runs my own business, and I get to be my own boss, which is a wonderful thing. I'm so thankful. I'm thinking of turning my short info vids about crypto into podcasts. Can this be done? Oh, I think that's a great idea. I dabble in crypto. I mean, it's one of those things to where I don't have a whole bunch of cryptocurrency, but I enjoy the casual crypto conversation or whatnot. But like, if that's something that you do, like informative videos, repurpose those as audio podcasts and put those up either using Libsyn or whatever way you want to host the audio. Throw those up on there and kind of go with that information.
Together, I love you with all of. To build our lives together. So excited to continue to build our lives together. I love you with all.
All right, so now we get into the part where she is coming down the aisle. So, I am from India. Well, welcome. Thank you for hopping in here and stopping by. Your voice just got deep. I think my voice is just always the same, man. I try not to change it as much as possible. So that's kind of where she's getting out there. This is where the door is here. This is a pretty cool little shot here where she. Love your videos? Well, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming and hanging out. All right, so we got here. So download the videos and make them into podcasts. Well, what are you doing to get the audio onto your videos? Like, what are you...
Lives together. I love you with all of my heart, baby. Love, your bride.
All right, so I you can kind of see there's a little shakiness there. I very rarely do I go over here and use the stabilization option, but in this case, I think I am. Unknown, do you recommend a Blue Yeti as a voiceover primary? A Blue Yeti is a great microphone if you're getting started, absolutely. I think the Blue Yeti is probably one of the top ones if you're on a budget. This is a Neumann microphone, very expensive. I have, you can't see over here really well. I have, well, maybe you can. This guy right here, it's on another arm. This is going to be a, that is a Shure SM7B. Beanie may know the actual name of it. He's been in here when I've said it before. But both those are great mics. But a Blue Yeti is a good one to get started on. I'm recording straight into Streamlabs OBS. Yeah, so what you'll do is you can go to a website like YouTube to MP3, download the audio from your videos, repurpose them, and save it as an MP3, and then upload those files. It needs to be an MP3 file to Libsyn or an audio host, and then you can distribute that over to iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, those places.
Together. I love you with all of my heart, baby. Love, your bride.
So this is where she comes out. This is when she goes down the aisle, and then I have a really good shot of him when he sees her. but I've got to find that shot. What will you recommend for Android editors for phones? I'm not sure. I rarely do I use a Android phone, so I'm not sure. But if you do want to improve your mobile editing, I would check out a channel. His name is D. Nimmin. He's just a wonderful creator, and he just does great. Oh, Beanie's he beat me to it. Is the mic you're using now a Rode? I use the NT2. No, this is a voiceover specific mic. It's called the Newman N178. It's a very expensive microphone, but I do a lot of voiceover work, and so with that being the case, then it's one of those things to where it makes sense. It made sense for me to pay this much for a mic. All right, we got to find this clip of him. There's a cool drone shot of both of them. Yeah, here we go. I know the Newman. The Newman. Yeah, it's a great microphone. Here it is right here. This clip right here. Watch this clip. It's really good. I'd love to get into voiceover stuff. Yeah, voiceover is it's fun. Actually, YouTube is the reason why I got into it. So there's a little bit of a person kind of getting in the way here. Yeah, and so Mike Delgadillo loves... Who is Mike? I've heard that name before. He's on a YouTube channel that I've actually watched before. So I think what I want to do here is I want to overlay some video of her walking down the aisle. And I did get a decent shot of that. The TLM, yeah, it's the TLM 103. This may be the 10... Oh, let me see here. TLM. This is the TLM 103. Booth Junkie. That's the YouTube channel that I was referring to. Yes, Mike Delgardio. Yeah, I just butchered his name. I lost any chance of having him come on the podcast. All right, so now let me go back up where she was coming down the aisle. And what I want to do, it's kind of like you're using a version of B-roll, but you're really not. So let me kind of show you kind of what I'm talking about here. Crikey. All right, so that's the one shot here. It's her and her dad there. I'm just on Google Shopping. Yeah, that's a pricey mic. Yeah, when you use it as much as I do, though, it doesn't seem like that. Mr. Potato, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for hanging out. Albert, thank you for the subscription, man. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Let me go back here. I think there's actually a better... So here's the ceremony. I think I want to use... What's your PC specs? So I got a PC over to the left of me here, and then I am using my Mac here. This is an old Mac Pro, the trash can Mac Pro. It's got like 8 cores. It's got 32 gig of RAM. It's got an old Intel i5 in it, but this thing still it roars, man. It's awesome. PC, I bought this PC from Origin PC. It's more of a gaming / editing / streaming rig. It's pretty kitted out. It's got like a 1080 GTX 1080 for the GPU. It's got an i7 Intel 8th generation, overclocked. I can't remember. I don't want to tell you all of that, but it's a really nice PC. But you have to understand, all of these things I've built up to. Like, I didn't start with all of this stuff. I had to go out and make my way, and all of this stuff makes a living. It provides for my family, and so because of that, you know, it's not something where, you know. All right, so. So this is kind of what we're gonna detach this audio because obviously that's some really crummy audio. We're gonna go here. So this is pretty cool here, and this is what I like to do a lot of times, add different angles, and it really adds to it. So right here you got her as the door opens and she sees him, then he's kind of crying there. You know, you got that. There she is kind of walking down the aisle, which is a really cool shot there of her walking down the aisle. And you probably don't want to milk that, right? You kind of give him there. Crypto, check out the Neumann U87. I nearly bought one of these before I got the... Yeah, the U87 is kind of a version of this. It's a great microphone. I'm not even sure. This microphone, I got a discount because I was working with someone at the time for, I think it's Sweetwater Audio. It was a magazine that I had gotten at the time. I was getting trained from a guy in LA to do some voiceover stuff, working with him, getting a voiceover demo reel done, and that's kind of what happened. And so this microphone was recommended to me. Now, I realistically could do more. I'm running this into a Scarlett 2i2. Realistically, I probably could be running this into a much heavier rig and compressing, and I would need to talk to Mike Russell and those guys that do it all the time. Roughly 3,000. Wow. Amazon for microphone and then sort price high to low. Dusty's mic doesn't look so expensive. Yeah. That's probably what I told my wife when I ordered this microphone, Harley. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's probably what I told my wife there. All right, so kind of got this little moment here. That was cool. Him still looking at her there. And then there's another one here I want to do. Yeah, there's some expensive hardware out there, but I tell people, man, don't ever let that get in your way, because you can get a Blue Yeti, you can get a Scarlett used on Craigslist, you can get so many different things that are out there. It's all a matter of perspective. That's right, Harley. Again, I need you around when I'm explaining to my wife why I bought all these things. I don't know if I included this here. Maybe I include it closer. That's a unique angle. I like that angle. I just don't know if she, you know, I just want to make sure that I can get him in there. So I'd want to change it on the... That's another thing about editing, right? You edit to the beat, right? We want to edit to the beat of the music, and that's what you're seeing a lot of people do. And so what I would do in this instance is I would zoom into my timeline. I would see here kind of what I'm going here. Is it me or the mic sound from Dusty giving a weird sound? It may be. If it is, I apologize. Maybe I can fix that somewhere. So actually, I would want him to come in. Yeah. So maybe shorten that just a little bit. I don't hear anything weird, Mr. Potato. Yeah. So maybe it might be on your end there. Okay. So let this play out. So then what I would do is I would put a marker. So I'd hit the M key. I would put a marker. If you can look right here, I've actually put a marker on the audio. And the way that I have it set up in Final Cut, it'll actually snap to that marker. And so what I will do is I'll actually mark that here, and I'll have to go adjust it here in a minute. So kind of watch how the beat works here on this one. Well, it's rendering right now, so you can't really tell. But what we want is we want this to come in right on that kind of that beat of that, you know, of the actual piano there. So that's the actual clip there is actually off. It's kind of a weird. So we don't want to leave that in there too long. So what we may want to do is kind of adjust that there. And then this is where we would actually cut this clip. As you can see, I do a lot of this with my keyboard. My keyboard handles most of the actions that I'm doing within the edit. Believe it or not. See, and the thing is you see how that autofocus there? I'm not too sure I'm satisfied with that either, to be honest. Yeah, see, see with that being said, I'm not satisfied with that. That's not, I will not accept it. So I'm still learning keyboard shortcuts. Yeah, so I've got mine set up. I got B. The B key is cut, so blade tool. See, here's the blade tool. Boom, right there. A takes it back to my movement tool. What else do I have here? Obviously, spacebar is pause, play, that kind of thing. And then those are the two most important ones. B for the blade tool, and then T to get back to where I want to move it. As I think of a couple of more, I'll let you know. All right, so now I think what I want is this clip here. It just depends on if it's not too. Need to detach the audio here. And then I want to include some audio. Make them set up another wedding to do another autofocus shot. If it only worked that way, Beanie. If it only worked that way. That'd be amazing. So maybe I don't want to include. So then I would actually stabilize this one too. I encourage people to stay away from the stabilization as much as you possibly can. Just be really careful about the stabilization. A little bit of movement, as long as it's not janky, will add a little bit of kind of unique feel to it. So, Dr. Sten Ekberg in the house. What's going on? I use a lot of moving forward and back by frame shortcut. I do as well. In wedding videography, it's different though. A lot of jump cuts are happening in like my YouTube videos sometimes. But with these videos, I'm not so much. So I think I'm done here. So I'll move that clip here. Whoa! Look at that. Look at that shot right there. That's odd. Why in the world did he do that? Andy, did you film this too? Yeah, I filmed myself, a business partner of mine, and my brother-in-law. We all filmed this, and we have a team that does everything. Did I zoom into that and just not know what I did? Like why is it doing that? I wonder. But yes, Andy, I did film this. Filming to me is part of the craft. It's part of what I love. What I love to do. So I will go here and I'll add a stabilization here. Sleepy, been up all night drawing. Yeah, Stan, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen you in a while. It's really, really great to see you. What in the world am I doing here to where it's is it the stabilization that I added? Maybe if you stabilize a clip, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I've never had to do that. That's odd. All right, so I don't want to include much of that. Now we're into the ceremony. Now we're going to get a couple of shots of them. Kind of, I like this shot. It's a cool shot of their feet there, but it didn't turn out exactly like I wanted it to. There's another down here is a little bit more maybe of, let's see, kind of the shots I got here. Did you do it in 4K? All right, so it's a great question. I shoot in 4K. I edit in 4K so I can manipulate, as you can see, 4K 29 frames. But then I can also go back and I can crop some stuff. I export in 1080p. I mean, Facebook and all the places where they're going to be watching this, they're going to actually go, I don't know. It's actually, it'll cram it down. Duck Gun, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you're doing well. He says, Daryl says, live streams and premieres mess up your channel and the YouTube algorithm. They affected my channel a lot in a negative way. Thoughts also thanks for your content. Yeah, I think it does affect it. I think he's probably right. Unfortunately, they need to figure that out because live streaming is the future, and I don't want to encourage people not to live stream because I love live streaming and I want to do more of it, but it affects your channel. on the days that I live stream, I'm just going to give you guys some real numbers. I'm average 225, 300 and some odd subscribers a day, sometimes less, depends on the time of year. When I live stream like I'm doing today, I did this a little less than a week ago. Beanie was here on that stream. What happened is I saw where I got a drop in subscribers. I mean, way down. I mean, it was like 60 some odd subscribers that day. I mean, I still got the same amount of people subbing, but what happens is people get this inundated in their feed, and I think they unsubscribe, and the algorithm doesn't play well with streaming. And so with that being said, it's unfortunately. Dr. Stan, there are a lot of requests for wedding photography in our area. Do you mostly shoot video? Only video. I'm not a big fan of I mean, I love photography, but for me, my skill set isn't there yet. I would not want to ruin, somebody's wedding doing the pictures. Slaf, what's going on? Welcome. Sim Van, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the subscription. I really appreciate it. Like, there's been more subs come in on this stream than I've ever had probably on a stream, which is really odd. But that's part of it. This is a cool drone shot here. I had them walk through the door. Now, obviously, I'll need to color correct that, but I thought that was pretty cool. Same, I switched to all my live streams being on Facebook. It affects my views on the next video. Yeah. And it probably affects other channels more than mine. Like, I'm a how-to channel, a tutorial channel. It probably does. It probably affects mine a little less than it does vlog channels and different things like that. This is a cool one here. Did they get another person to photograph? Yes, they do. Yeah, they get someone else to photograph. This is a unique shot here, too. So I think I want to use that audio there, and so now that I know I want to use that audio, I'll need to go back to the ceremony and figure out where that is. Interested to see your color correction? Color correction. Oh man. Color correction. That's where the rubber meets the road. So see here, I've recorded this with a microphone. This is my Tascam audio from the. This is when you can tell where the ceremony starts. See that? See how pure that is?
To join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Dear Lord God, thank you for this wonderful. If any man can show just, it was God himself, and hold them in your hands, Lord God, that they might look to you, Lord God, for the leadership and the guide self that defined and forever, and he is ours. Miles, will you take this woman to be your wedded wife, so the Lord God may tell you. All right, repeat after me. I, Miles, for as much as Miles and Alex, their love for each other.
They sound so American. Yeah, you have to understand, I'm from the South, right? You can tell from my dialect. I can kind of clean it up a little bit, but these people obviously, I mean, some people have a much thicker accent down here than, I mean, I'm sure in Australia, is it that way, Beanie? Do people have different thicknesses of accents and different dialect? Because, here in the South, obviously this was we're in the South, and so, yeah, they do sound like that. Harley, they sound Southern. Yeah, they do, absolutely.
Will you take this woman? I, Allison.
See, I actually got a little bit of their audio, which is really good.
Turn and face the congregation. Allison have consented together.
All right, so I need to mute this here for a minute.
All others, keeping only unto her for as long as you both shall live.
All right, so that's when he's talking to her. Some Aussies have thick accents, but mine is apparently pretty British. Yeah, you sound like a Polish Englishman. Yeah, it's funny. It's so funny, man. Dialects, to me, accents are so unique. So the other hotkey I was going to tell you about, Beanie, is V. That's the one I use often, very, very much. And so I use V to mute. So see, like right now, I muted that music just so I could hear where I was at. So this is where he's talking to him.
As a sign for their love for each.
My girlfriend had to translate what the guy at Lake Lanier's gate was saying for me. Yeah, if you don't know, Dr. Eckberg lives close to in the same vicinity as me, and so I understand that. Don't be late. Hey, Dusty, hang out with you guys for a bit. Belle, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, I got to find this audio here, guys. This is bad.
As a sign for their love, much as Miles and Allison. I, Allison.
That's her.
Right. Repeat after Miles.
I, Miles.
To be my, to have forward. In sickness and in health.
There it is.
And in health.
In sickness.
All right, so I'll bring this audio down here. Hey, Dusty, hanging out. CJ, welcome to the channel. Thanks for your subscription. I really appreciate it. How do you guys feel about the zombies running across the screen there? That's just the generic one that you get with Streamlabs that I use. That's pretty cool, right? Bill, happy to be here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys have been so nice. It's been amazing today. I got it stuck in my brain now. We've been on now. Oh, man, that's great. But I'm so excited that all of you guys are here today. All right, so. Okay, so all right, that's where it starts there. So I need to mute that. Unmute this. Uh-oh. All right, so see what I did there? I'm going to kind of match this audio with the bad audio. So right here.
In sickness and in health.
See, it's still off, though. Like it's the video is still off. This is the most... Some videographers do not take time to and that's why you see a lot of people, their lips do not match what their words are saying.
In sickness and in health.
See how it's off there? So I'll move it left a little bit.
In sickness and in health.
See, it's still a little off there.
In sickness.
Still a little off. So I'll zoom in. So I, Command or Control plus.
In sickness and in health.
Still off. This takes time. This takes a lot of time. This is such an important part, though, right? Let's see here.
In sickness and in health.
So we see that he's done with it.
And in health.
So right here is when that ends, and so it needs to be right around here a little bit.
In sickness and in health.
That's pretty close there.
In sickness and in health. In sickness and in health. To love and to cherish. To love and to cherish. Till death do us part. To death do us part.
Did I pull the wrong audio here? Maybe I did. Because that's not even close to what he's saying here. Let me mute this.
Forsaking all others, keeping only unto her.
Oh, this is the beginning of this is.
Both shall live. Allison.
Oh, so this is at the beginning of when he's talking to both of them. So I pulled the wrong audio here, folks.
Miles, will you take this woman? It was God himself. And when Boaz saw from the beginning for the we read all.
Gonna have to change my display pic from a pencil to a blue wrench. Dr. Stans. That's funny. That's funny.
We read also Adam saw for his wife. And when God made you. Now, I ask you to face one another. Miles, will you take this woman to live? Will you love her? Comfort her? Keeping only unto Allison.
Okay, this is Allison here.
Will you love as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now want to tell you, the ring and has no should have no rings. All right, repeat after me. I, Miles.
I, Miles.
No.
As a sign for their love for each other, the intertwined. I, Allison.
So apparently I cannot find this audio. This audio is being elusive. So what I'll do here is a lot of times I'll open up my Finder and I will go and find the audio. So I'll go here and I'll go and find the audio. For me, it's much easier to find. Biz Copier Solutions, welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Where is the audio? Here it is.
And as long as we both shall live. Your hands, Lord God, that they might look to your heart of read.
But see, in this case, though, I really need to find it in this clip here.
As a sign for their love. If I can get all the...
Oh, geez, he's yelling.
Miles and Allison would like, for as much as same before this come, and by the...
All right, so that's when the ends. We know that's the ending of the wedding, okay.
It was God himself. Dearly beloved, not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, discreetly and in the fear of God. Into this be joined. If any man can now speak or forever, who gives this woman to be married? Lord God, thank you for this happy couple, Lord God. Lord God, that to you, Lord God, would keep through the rest of this service.
All right.
It was God himself. God chose himself. The church, God is from him. The Bible sent, and also of the love of man and woman. So the Lord only. And she was an obedient passion. And God can lead. God. Now, I ask you to Miles.
All right, this may be where it is right here.
To be your wedded wife. To live together.
I hit my microphone.
After God's ordinance. Will you love her? Comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and
there it
health,
is.
forsaking all others.
I think that's it right there.
In the hope, will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness?
This has to be it here, right? This has to be it. So I need to mute this.
Sickness.
Yeah, here it is right here.
In sickness and in health, forsaking all others, keeping only unto her for as long as you both shall live.
Yeah, this is it. Now I just gotta now I gotta sync the audio up. Beanie says this is the most American he's ever heard. Yeah, I mean, again, it is the South. Like people have to understand that, right? Like the dialects are all different, and I mean, some people have a thicker accent than others. So
in sickness and in health.
Yeah, here we go.
Forsaking all others, keeping only unto her for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
All right, so what I would do is now that I have that synced up a little bit.
In sickness and in health, forsaking all others, keeping only unto her for as long as you both shall live. Allison, will you have this man?
So I would leave it there. So see, you kind of got the build up there of kind of what's going on, and even if we wanted to, we could adjust it even further.
To be your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance and the whole.
So then I could even see. That's unfortunate. That's as far as that clip that we got. So I'd probably end it here.
Will you have this man to be your wedded husband, to live together? Allison, will you have this man?
So then we'd probably do like a fade out of that audio there, and then we'd cut it there. Much better. Having the right track does. Yeah, it does. Oh man, that's.
All others, keeping only unto her for as long as you both shall live. Allison, will you have this man?
All right, that's good. I like that there. Katie Fries, what's going on? Michigan, welcome to the house. Thanks for joining today. Do you sync the video to the audio visually? I think you said you removed the camera audio, so you can't sync that to that. Yeah, so here's what I did for that one, right? Like once I found the right track, which I'm a dodo brain, and I couldn't find the right track. Normally I do click tracks for YouTube videos. Heading out, friends. See you again soon. Hugs, and thank you. Belle, thank you for hanging out. Thank you so much. All right, so do you see how these WAV files match up? So really, I could probably put this over just a bit more right there. So if you look here, you're going to see that the WAV files match up. So I match them kind of the way the WAV file looks and kind of goes up and down. It'll match up with the different ones. Like when you see it, like I'm trying to look on the stream if it shows up right. But yeah, you can kind of match the WAV files. Normally I do a click track like a snap, or I click on my tongue or whatever it is. That way I kind of know where it's at. But right now I'm just matching the waves, the waveforms to each other, just so I can kind of see what's going on. But yeah, so let's kind of see how this looks now that I've kind of moved it over just a little bit.
In sickness and in health, forsaking all others, keeping only unto her for as long as you both.
Yeah, so that's actually way better now that I'm here. My dog's doing some weird things behind me, so I've actually zoomed out over here. I need to zoom back in. 100%, beautiful. Let's see here. What else do we have here? Oh, I see you do have the camera's audio. Yes, I do have the camera's audio, so it's right here. So once I'm done, now you can see I'll go here and I will delete the camera's audio and
forsaking all others.
And it'll the correct audio will go in there. All right, so now they did this cool thing where they had like a emblem and they tried to burn it into a piece of wood, but it didn't come across as it didn't work like I. That's a cool shot of them there. That's a cool shot I got on the car. We were riding like a golf cart out to where we were at, which was really cool. Rock and roll, welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out and joining us today. All right, so we got to find the kiss, man. Is this it? Is this the kiss? That is it. So what I'll do is on like clips like that is I'll go in here and I will title it. So I give it a name. So now what we'll do is that I do want something in between. So maybe I put this little, no, that's not a long enough clip. Maybe I put this clip of them here kind of together. That's a lot longer of a clip than I thought it was. I'll go ahead and add the letterboxing to it. All right. And see with the letterboxing sometimes, see how that happens? Yeah, sometimes you can zoom in and out. Sometimes you can distort this thing. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, see, the distort is different. So now what I would do is I would try to go in and I would try to crop where I wanted. Nah. See, again, it's not really what I wanted to do. Sometimes you can add somebody was asking earlier how you do the you add the lines and have them fade out. You can just keyframe them. You can keyframe them right in here. All right, let's see here. Distorting it. Osis, wow, I love your video. Thank you. Hey, buddy, I want to ask you a thing. How can I sing live on karaoke while streaming on YouTube? I want to do the singing. Be very careful with that, because when you stream music, even though it's karaoke, YouTube, you could get, copyright strikes and whatnot. So be really careful with that kind of thing. But I mean, you can stream it, get your karaoke, pipe it through OBS, and do it that way. But again, it depends on what system you're on. I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into place. Let's see, where's transform? Here it is. See, it's hard when it's really close to. Yeah, see. That's not what I wanted to do. So you can change the border size. You could keyframe it this way too. You could keyframe the borders this way if you wanted to. You just add the keyframes up here. Ray Mac Kitchen and Grill. What is the name of your editing program? This is Final Cut Pro 10. I think I'm running. Nope, not About This Mac. Nope. Final Cut Pro, About Final Cut Pro. This is version 10.4. I'm very hesitant to update my versions of Final Cut because I do so much work in Final Cut. So there's really nothing I can do here. I mean, I could flip that around all I wanted. I guess what I could do here is I could actually move some of the top off here, and then I could move some of the bottom up here. No, not really what I do. Man, you have a cool extent and good tutorial. Well, awesome. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. That's the goal. I want to have tutorials, helpful videos to help you guys, do and be able to complete the task that you guys want to complete. That's the main goal of what I want to do. And so with that being said, I'm so thankful you guys are finding some use out of the stuff that I do. I really want to use that clip though. This is not a long enough clip here. There's mom and dad right here. We could put that in there. But yeah, I appreciate the feedback. I really do. I still think I want to use this clip. Maybe what I do here is let me add the letterboxing to it. That's okay. So a lot of times with a shot like that, what I would do is you can add some bokeh. Let me show you guys something really cool. You don't want to do this very much. That's not what I wanted to do. Go to lighting here. So you can do a little bokeh random. And so then what you would do is you wouldn't want to do very many. Can you please teach us how to make scrolling text karaoke's in any free program? That's not really something that I do that much, to be honest with you. So see, you actually have one up here. Change the pattern because you don't want to get it into your letterboxing. Yeah. Normally I just do an overlay. Here's a different pattern. That one's kind of cool there. You just don't want it to get into your letterboxing. Again, you don't want to get too crazy with stuff like that. Some people find it amusing. Other people it kind of gets on their nerves. All right, so. All right, Boot Scoot and Boogie, that's a song they want to use. And so let me take a look at it here and find exactly where that song is. This is a very southern song as well. Let's see. Nope, that's not the one you wanted. So see, that's the one they want to use there. When's your next YouTube channel review? Maybe I'll do that if you guys are interested in that. And I mean, those streams, then I can definitely do that if that's something you guys want to do. This just gives me something to do in the backdrop, and it gives you guys a kind of unique perspective of what I do. I'm going to do a couple of these. You know, I'm going to spice it up a little bit. I'm not going to do all of the same ones. But, you know, if you guys are interested in that, we definitely can do that. Let's see here. That's not the one. See, so with that, don't want to do ambient. Here's one. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's do it this way. Some weird songs here. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Let me just add this song to no, that's not what I wanted to do. No. Let me just add this song and see kind of what I want to do. Welcome to all the people who have just joined. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Let me just try this one here. Yeah, I know that's. Let's see here. Foul Fish, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm not showing you guys what I'm doing. This is just getting a song here off of iTunes here to pull down the correct song. All of the usuals are in here. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate that. All of the usual suspects. Oh, iTunes, of course. Gonna pop up here. Let's see. All right, we'll drag this song in here. Let me go back up here. We got to find the kiss. And then we're going to have to sync some more audio. There's so much involved, right? That's part of it, though. It's part of it. That's why I love it. Oh, I did not mean to delete that there. Let's go find the kiss. We got to. Oh, I actually titled it. That's why you give your clips names. Always give your clips names. See, the thing is, I can't see his. I can't see his audio. There is no audio there. See? No good. No good. No good. All video and audio. We're going to letterbox this. We're going to change the letterbox over here. All right. So that's where he says that there. I'm actually gonna just not worry about that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search for ceremony audio, which is gonna be this here. So it's gonna be at the end here.
Lining of their lives. The happy giving of rings. Turn and face congregation.
Yep, here we go.
You may kiss husband, and I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Okay, so now see, this is kind of where I want it to be here. So I'll bring this audio down, having no idea where we're at. Okay, so that's. So you can see where he says it here. Okay, so he starts it here. A little bit before that. So this is kind of where the audio needs to go, is here. And I'll actually go and I'll clip this, drag these on over here, and we'll bump that audio up.
Now pronounce you husband and wife.
Okay, so see, it's a little off. So now what I'll do is I'll go in here and I'll zoom in. I have no audio to go. It's all visual cues. Like all of this is visual cues now. So I'm having to go in here and
Pronounce you.
so that's where you should end right there. Nope, I just need the audio.
Pronounce you.
So you should end right there.
Now pronounce.
Uh,
Now pronounce you husband and wife.
a little bit off there.
Now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
All right, so now that we've kind of got that synced up, it's a beautiful thing. Let me go here and take a look and see. I still am not satisfied with that sync altogether, so I'll go in here and I'll see.
Now pronounce. Now pronounce you husband and wife.
You see how he kind of...
Now pronounce you husband and wife.
See, it's...
Now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
See, it's still not on. Like when you can go by wave, the waves and the way they look, it's much easier to go back and sync this. But man alive, this is so hard to go through here without anything but his voice, his mouth. I'm going just solely by the way his mouth is moving. It's super tough. Harley said it's easier to sync on consonants rather than vowels. That's a good point. Very good point. Need to zoom in a little more.
Now.
See where he starts it.
Now.
So it's a...
Now pronounce you. Now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Turn and face the congregation, get your flowers.
All right, so that's I'm much more satisfied with that there. It's really tough to do a, and I feel nervous too because in front of you guys.
You may kiss your bride.
And so then what I would do is I would probably leave the audio in and now go and get them kind of walking out here. That's when things got, everybody's dancing, having a good time dancing there. All right, now let's take a look and see. Yeah, it's much easier to sync when you have an audio cue to go by. It's so much more difficult when you don't. Let me see if we even did a walking out. I should have gotten them walking out here, I think. Yeah, this is them right here walking out here. Okay, so now what I would do is I would kind of clip that audio track here, and then the song that they want to use is Boogie. Let's see here. So I would cut the audio into where it goes in here, and then I would actually I'd cue it in a little bit with a fade in, and then this here is going to be fading out. So then I actually would fade that audio out here and try not to get any of him. I do not want any of the guys speaking in the background, the officiant there. Now what I would do is I would go here. Let's see what we got here. So see, he's still kind of in it, so. So I would actually probably, if I could, I mean, this is something that you don't want to do much of, but I would go here and just get the clapping again. That way it makes it last a little longer. So then what I would do is I would go here, I would just adjust up because I want to end this clip right here. I don't want to go any more of them there. And then we get into the fun of everybody going crazy, everybody hugging everybody, which is a lot of fun. And so once everybody is done, everybody's kind of hugging people. They're excited. Adding the letterboxing here. That way we're kind of getting everything in store. So see, we got that there. We got her hugging people. Actually, I actually got this really cool clip of them. This was a natural clip. This was not something that was planned. And when you're in a wedding, this is something that that's really cool, really cool. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it here, about an hour and a half. If you like these kind of streams, please like them. Please share the video. It's something that I enjoy doing. I love getting on here, editing video with you guys, talking, chatting YouTube. If this is something that you are wanting to see me do more of, please let me know in chat. Please comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. This has been a really fun stream. Didn't expect many people to show up, and we had 15, 20 in here at all times. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'm going to go ahead and bid you farewell. Hope you guys have a fantastic, fantastic day, and we will talk to you guys next time.